It's just my opinion.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody that's watching wherever you are watching from. Welcome to Sway, and as it says in my intro, which I thought it was cool, after I made it. It's just my opinion. That's right, just my opinion, and just like all my other vlog videos, it's just my opinion. It's not anything different. Just me voicing my opinion. Alright, so what are we going to talk about today? And as always, I have my cigarette and my trusty Coca-Cola can. Alright, so I did not think I was ever going to make another video about this situation at all whatsoever. I don't know, what can I tell you, but here I am making another video about the situation. Alright, so as we all know about this new channel called Points on a Curve with this guy John. And as I am recording this right now, on September 30th, he has 553 subscribers. Okay, and again, I'm checking my phone. Wednesday, September 30th, he has 556 subscribers. Okay, cool, awesome. And speaking about subscribers, do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos if you like my content. Especially the subscribe thing. Please help me reach 1,000 subscribers. So, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? Alright, so John is making all these videos, and since pretty much by his own words, giving out the name or whatever, it's not doxing. I guess public information or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, so long story short, with all of that, Mr. John made another video just yesterday. So I made 3 videos. I made 3 videos on Mr. John. The first 2 videos were commenting on his first video about Emery, a couple videos that he made about Emery Smith. The first 2 videos were about that, plus answer maybe a question or two on Mr. Emery Smith. And then I had a 3rd video on where I questioned him on where was his frame of mind and whatever. I'm not the only one that made a video on him. I wasn't the first one. I was not the first one, and I'm sure so will not be the last one. There are other people that made videos on him. So all of a sudden, my friend, my sister, my colleague, Stina Maria, or Stina Bobina, as she was formerly known, right? She made a video herself on the situation. She did not contact him. She did not ask him questions. She based her video, okay, and I'm going to say it like this. Her video was solely based on the videos that John made on the so-called evidence that he has publicly posted in a Dropbox, and on other videos or information that she was able to obtain. Okay? Let me repeat that. Stina Maria, my friend, my sister, my colleague, made a video on John. Okay? She did not contact him. And she has said it a couple of times herself that he's contacted her and asked for for like an interview thing or whatever, whatever the situation was. He's contacted her, but she stayed away from contacting him and made a video. And this is solely based, okay, solely based on other videos that he's made, as well as the so-called evidence that he's provided, as well as any other information that she was able to gather from YouTube, Google, whatever. That's all her video it was based on. That's what it was based on, okay? It was the same thing I did. It was the same thing I did on my 3 videos. It was based on the videos that I saw that he made. It is what everybody else. Also, my video, I mentioned something, and I did a Google search on that, and my research on that. Other videos that other people have made regarding this, like truth seekers, based on the videos that he's made. We all did the same thing, okay? Now she was trying to, I have my style and my way of seeing things. She has her style, her way of seeing things. Just like, with truth seekers, he has his style and his way of seeing things and whatever. But there were a lot of people that we made videos, and it was based off of that information, which is the videos that Mr. John created, as well as any evidence that he provided in the Dropbox links, as well as any other information we can find. Okay, without contacting him. My friend and sister and colleague Natasha Hines made her own video, and it was just based off of email exchanges that she had with him, and that's where one of my videos, my 3rd video, gets into it. Like I said, it is weird that all, okay, like I said, Natasha, she did her video based off the email exchanges, right? Of the email exchanges that she's had with Mr. John. But all of us, those of us, when we made our videos, it was based off the information that, with the exception of Natasha, who also included information on email exchanges you two had, as well as the other young lady that was with her, who remained anonymous. She will remain anonymous. The email exchanges that you two had. Okay, so, but other than Natasha, all of us made a video based off of the videos that you had made, as well as any supposed proof you had that you gave us in the Dropbox link, as well as any other type of research that we partook in to get whatever information possible. Stina Bobina did the exact same fucking thing. She did the exact same fucking thing. Okay, she chose not to contact Mr. John. She chose not to contact Mr. John for her reasons. Okay? For her reasons. I was going to contact Mr. John, but then I saw Natasha's video and I was like, you know what? Let me stay away from that. But I'm not hiding that. I'm not hiding that. But again, Stina Bobina chose not to be in contact with John, and she made her own video, again, based off of the videos that he produced or uploaded, whatever you want to call it, based off of the evidence that he says he had, based off of the Google searches and any other type of research that she did. Okay? That's it. Period. Now, Mr. John made a video responding to Stina Maria, or Stina Bobina, however you want to call her. Shh. I have no words for that, to be honest with you. Well, I do have words, but it's not words that, you know what, fuck it. It is fucked up, man. It is fucked up. All of these other people made videos, but you're picking on Stina. Seriously, you're picking on Stina. My 3 videos released, a couple weeks ago. Oh, but that's right. You know what? I forgot. I only have about 31, 32 subscribers on my channel. Not much, not much. But, so I my opinion doesn't matter, right? I have an extremely small channel, so my opinion doesn't matter. I got it. I understand now. Gotcha. Okay. Well, what about the channel Truth Seekers, right? Come on. He has how many fucking people? He has thousands of people subscribe to his channel. So why didn't you pick on him? Why didn't you pick on him? Okay, fine. Natasha Hines, she made her own video alongside with that anonymous young lady that was with her. And those 2 young women, they said a few things. Why didn't you pick on her? Why didn't you pick on Natasha? Why did all of a sudden, and Natasha was in contact with you? Was there some, and this is just me speculating, talking out of my ass, and I'll admit it, okay? This is me speculating, talking out of my ass, but was the reason why you didn't make a video on Natasha because there are certain emails that you sent her, whether it was threatening or some negative connotation, and where if you decided to say something that she can use those emails in retaliation and therefore give you a bad name? Again, I'm just talking out of my ass at this point, and with this speculation here, okay? But no, you picked on Stina. Now, many times in your video to respond to Stina, you have admitted that you contacted her, and and let's put it this way, while you may not have flat out have said these words exactly, but in your actions as well as the words you did use, you are extremely upset. This is again by your actions in this video, by what you did, what you said, and just in the words you did use. It is safe to say that you were pissed off. You, sir, you yourself were pissed off about the fact that she did not contact you, that she did not interview you, that she did not do some kind of collaboration with you. So it's like you wanted to use Stina and her platform to get a jumping off start, but she didn't do that. She went a different route, and because she was not kissing your ass, sucking your dick, and making you look good on her video, you are upset. No, you did not say those words. Exactly, you didn't say those words, but by your actions and the words that you did say and everything you did in that response video, one can come to that conclusion that you were just pissed off that she didn't help you along, that she didn't contact you, that she didn't interview you or ask you questions. Sir, your condescending tone. Let's put it this way. Your tone of voice, your condescending tone, the words that you use, calling her kiddo and hun and this, that, and like you're saying, I'm sorry, kiddo. Okay, hun. Okay, you are not her fucking father. Okay? You are not her father. You're not her husband. She has a husband. So, again, sir, your condescending tone and the words that you use is very offensive. It is very insulting. It is very, okay. Again, I repeat, you did not say these words, but by your actions and the words that you did use, you are extremely upset that she did not contact you and interview you and put you on her channel. That's what it sounds like. That is exactly what it sounds like. You can deny it all you fucking want, man, but that's exactly what it sounds like. Come on, you're like, I'm sorry, kiddo. Listen, hun. Your tone of voice, your condescending nature. I mean, shit, man. But damn it, dude. What the fuck? Seriously. In all seriousness, man. In all seriousness. That's what it looks like. This whole video that you made in response to Stina, and then you're like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't. It's like it's like a dog owner when the dog pisses on the carpet, and you're like, and the dog owner, when the dog pisses or shits on the carpet, and the dog owner rubs the dog's face in it. And be like, bad boy or bad girl, no, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that. How dare you do that on my carpet? That's what you're sounding like. Let me tell you something, sir. If you do that to the wrong person, you will have your ass handed to you in more ways than one. If at any point you have that condescending tone, that attitude of yours, that, oh man, if you mess with the wrong person and you do that to the wrong person, you would have your ass handed to you, verbally, physically. This whole I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it's just, it is stupid. It is fucked up. It is, oh my God, man. Like, seriously. And I'm already what? I'm already what? Like 15-20 minutes into this recording. So before I go any further, I need to apologize to everybody that usually sees my videos, because they usually would see a background or something like that. I needed to respond to this. I needed to respond to this, and I didn't want to. I didn't feel like setting up the lights and all that shit. I don't. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so um, seriously, seriously. Again, number one, you're not her. You're not her father. You're not her husband. She's not a dog. And your attitude of bad girl, bad girl. What is it? What is it about her that why you picked her to pick on? Seriously, ask that. Ask it. Seriously, was it? Is it because she's a woman? Is it because she did not contact you personally? Or write, or is it because she didn't write to you back? Why? That's the question we have to ask. You're upset that she didn't contact you to find out the full details. Also, you are upset that within her video, when she made certain statements, you're upset because you say I did not say that or whatever. Okay, you may not have specifically said certain things, but if you're going to make a statement, in a video, and then you say, oh, I have evidence, yet you provide no evidence of certain things. Yes, you provided some evidence on some things. I'm going to give you that credit. I'll give you that much. But like, seriously. You're upset that she said that you said that Emery Smith was a predator. You said I did not say that. And then about 5 to 10 minutes after the fact, or maybe a little bit, shorter time, she's saying, well, Emery Smith is this because he is. And then she says Emery Smith is a predator. And then by your own words, you said because he is. Now, I don't know if it was because you were not paying attention to what she said or not, but just in that alone, you admitted that that pretty much you're calling Emery Smith a predator. Now, you could be upset that in my videos I get certain things wrong, or that other people, because we didn't contact you. But be upset at yourself. If we're basing our videos on the videos that you put out there and the claims that you make, and as well as the way you phrase certain things. Don't be upset at the conclusions that we come to. Again, the videos based on the videos that you put out there, the so-called evidence that you have, as well as any other research that and knowledge that we have about the situation. You could be upset at me. You could be upset at any one of us for doing it. But no, you picked Stina to be like bad girl, bad doggy. Seriously, like what the fuck? All right, so I don't know, man. I don't know. it seems to me that you have a grudge. It seems to me that Mr. John has a grudge on Stina for certain things. Does he ramble on? Yes, he does. He even admitted that he goes on a tangent or on a rant or whatever. However Stina phrased it, he agrees that he does that, and he says it's a good thing. But he doesn't give much details. He claims that he's given a lot of different details and whatever in other videos, but he hasn't. He hasn't. And if anybody's paying attention to his videos from beginning to end, and when he says that he's made it very clear, blah blah blah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's pure bullshit. That's what it is. It is pure bullshit. He never cleared anything up. He never gave any. He just said this, that, and the other, and on some things he may have given some details, whatever. Okay, whatever, but not everything. Not on the things that we're asking, that everybody's asking about. Certain questions when in the video where Stina basically calls him a liar for saying that Emery Smith kidnapped his daughter, he basically admitted that it wasn't a kidnapping. He admitted that his daughter went willingly. He admitted it, that his daughter went willingly. But he considers it a kidnapping because of whatever. Okay. As a father myself, I can agree with you on that. As a father myself, I can agree with you on that. But in your first video, when you said that, when you accused Emery of kidnapping your daughter, you did not make that clear. In your first video where you mentioned the kidnapping of your daughter, you did not make it clear that Emery did not force her. She went willingly. She was a young girl in love. Blah blah blah. You should have made that clear. That is error on your part. That's not an error on Stina's part. That is not an error on Stina's part. That is an error on your behalf, because you're the one that made that claim. Again, going back to the predator thing. Yes, you did not use, or should I say, no, you did not use the word predator when talking about how, on the situation between your daughter and Emery, your daughter Olivia and Emery got, whatever. But then you go on to say about 5 or 10 minutes later that yes, he is a predator. When you're replaying Stina's video and she says, that you made a claim that Emery's a predator, you say, because he is. So right there, that's confirmation that yes, you're saying he is a predator. You're saying okay, that you did not find out about this till you did not find out about this till many years later, and we concede to that. I've said it, and Stina said it, but Stina raises the question of, and I hate to not say this correctly, so Stina, please forgive me if I don't quote you correctly, but basically saying that she basically is asking the question: is that was Emery seeing John's? Was Emery seeing Olivia at any point in time? You, sir, Mr. John, you did not say that. You did not ever say that. You know that Emery made his first visit many years later. That he did not make an effort to see Olivia until many years later. You cannot fault Stina for asking these questions of, okay, well, was Emery and Olivia having a sexual relationship behind your back due to the fact that Emery said, oh, let's not. That is a valid question, but you get pissed off. You're like, I did not say that. In fact, blah 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 blah, and this, that, and the other. Dude, that is a valid question that he asked. That Stina asked. That is a valid question. That is a valid question. If you're going to make a video talking about certain things, don't leave out any detail. Don't leave out any detail. I get some details you want to leave out, but shit. You say that you go back to certain things, but you don't. You don't. I mean, for crying out loud, and I've said it in my last video where I ask you questions. I said it. It's like, I don't care how, if it was me and if it was other people, not just me, but if it was me or other people, I don't care. I don't care that my daughter would have been 18, 19 years old by the time Emery Smith would have made, and her would have gotten into a relationship, whatever. But as soon as I find out that Emery Smith was secretly communicating with my underage daughter, I would beat the fuck out of him. I think any father would. So let me ask you a question. Why didn't you do something? Again, you didn't give us any details of whether or not you did something or not. So answer the question. Did you do something when you found out that Olivia and Emery have been having this communication for a long period of time since she was 14? Did you do something about it? Did you confront Emery? Did you smack him across the face? Anything? Did you? Did you smack him across the face? Something? Did you get violent with him? Did you threaten him or whatever? Anything at all? And as I said in my last video concerning the situation, if it was me, there would have not been any kind of relationship between Emery and my daughter if I found out that Emery was secretly contacting her. Regardless of the missing details, okay? Regardless of the missing details concerning this whole thing, whether it's something where you did something about it, or regardless of the details of anything, you as a man, as a father, and you're older than me, and I can't believe I have to say this to you, that you as a man and as a father have a responsibility and and within that responsibility of, you have to make sure that, okay, if you did do something, okay, as an example, let's say you did beat the fuck out of Emery Smith, because we don't know. You never said that you did anything. And by the way you're talking about this so cavalier, I doubt you did. It seems to me you did not do anything about it, about the situation. You just, oh well, she's an adult. She's going, she's young and in love and foolish. She's gonna do whatever the fuck she wants to do. That's what it sounds like to me. Again, this is from what I hear from your mouth and in your actions. Okay, this is what it sounds like to me. No, motherfucker. And I'll say it like that. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting money from freaking YouTube. So I don't care if I get demonetized. This channel's not even monetized anyway. But if I was in that situation, okay, and my daughter is 18, 19, 20, and I find out that somebody as old as I am, if not that much younger or not that much older or whatever, what has been in contact with my daughter and having secret conversations and finding out that he said to her, hey, keep it a secret. I don't give a shit if my daughter was 18, 19, 20, 21, whatever. I'll get in there. I'll beat the fuck out of the guy. I'll beat the fuck out of Emery. I'll beat the fuck out of whoever. I'll say, no, you're not going to have any kind of relationship with him because this guy is a predator. He took advantage of you, blah, 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 whatever. And deal with the consequences later. If she tries to run away or she tries to whatever it is. Deal with that later. But again, and this is by the sound of your voices and the way you make your videos, you did absolutely nothing. Okay? Also, regardless, okay, let's say you did do something. But again, in your videos, okay, you don't want people to ask these questions or to or critique your videos in a certain way or whatever. Then you have the responsibility of giving some detail. I'm not saying disclose everything, because certain things are private. Like you said, certain information that you have, right? It's not for you to disclose. It was for your daughter to disclose, because it was things that was happening to her, like the details of the black eyes and bruises, the details of, the different abuses that she went through. That's for her to disclose whenever she wants to. I can understand that. Okay, I can understand that. But other things, damn it, that's your job to disclose, man. Even if you didn't give details. Like if you did do something, as an example, if I'm in your shoes, and again, if you did do something, I said, and I only found out after many years that this was happening. And when I found out, I went to Emery Smith and I smacked him across the face. And I threatened him. And I told my daughter that this guy is a predator, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. But she chose to stay with him or whatever. You could have done that if you did something, but you didn't. So you leave a lot of things in question. You leave a lot of things open to interpretation. Whether you like it or not, you leave a lot of things open to interpretation. And whether you like it or not everybody's going to personally contact you to do an interview, whether they got a small channel, big channel, or whatever. They're not going to. You're getting pissed off at Stina because she didn't contact you. And she didn't say things the way you would prefer her to say it. That's what it looks like to me. And you know what? Shame on you, man. This is YouTube. People have the right, or should I say privilege? I don't know what's the right word. CW, contact me, bro. You know how to, you know about this more than I do. People will run their channel the way they will run their channel, and just because they don't run their channel or present information the way that you like it does not give you the right to be a bully. Did you see Stina Bobina, Stina Maria contact you about how you should know? You're just pissed off because she didn't contact you and you didn't get to go on her channel. You're pissed off because shit, she didn't say things the way you would have wanted her to say. Well, oh well, too bad. That's life. That's life, man. That's life. That's just how it is. If you want the information to be out there, and you have your platform through YouTube, then dude, fucking put the information out there. Don't leave details behind that and where your video is subject to interpretation because of the missing details. Don't get pissed off at somebody just because the video that they make is missing certain details. That's your fault, nobody else's. It's nobody's responsibility to get your shit out there but you. So if somebody doesn't want to email you, guess what? The information with the full details is out there, on top of whatever evidence you have on your Dropbox. You can't get mad at Stina for what she did. That's your fault, man. You left your shit open for interpretation. That's your fault. Nobody else's fault but your own. All right, so I'm here on the channel, on his channel, on his response. I'm at the 57-minute 20-second mark, and not for any special reason. It's just that this is where I happen to stop and watching the video before I started making this one, so I can give you an honest reaction on this. Okay?
Ass broke. Yeah. It's how it rolls. It's how he bought a Range Rover. That's how much money was raised. Do you get it? David Wilcox had an incredible base when he was at Gaia and could get people to pretty much do whatever that donkey messiah asked. They would do it. There were plenty of people with money willing to donate. In fact, PayPal. It got so egregious. At one point, PayPal actually froze the account.
On a social media account he didn't even run. It makes no sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. I already told you. My daughter took the pictures, put them on social media. I don't know if she sent them to David or how they got to David. I don't have the answer to that.
Oh,
but I do know David.
So you don't have the answer to that, but you have the answer to many other things. Okay. By the way, that condescending tone where you, because that in this video you're addressing Stina, where you're like, get it, you got it, don't you know? Like it's like that, you know. Again, as I said earlier, you do that to the wrong person, you're gonna have your ass handed to you one way or the other. If you do it to the wrong person, you're gonna have your ass. You know, you can physically get your ass handed to you by doing it to the wrong person. So be careful how you speak to people. You want everybody to love each other and whatever, yet you're not you're not living by your own words of be kind to each other. You're not. Look at the way you reacted to Stina about being, you say, oh, be kind or be nice to each other, whatever it is that you say, right? And look at the way that you're talking to Stina. Is that being kind? Is that being nice? No. Your condescending attitude where you're like, you get it? You got, with that. Again, you do that to the wrong person, you're going to have your ass handed to you. It's just a fact of life, man.
David created a fundraiser immediately. That's David. That's Emery. That's grifting. That's the con. That's the game they run. This is how they help one another. Remember Pete Peterson?
Oh, and another thing, you're certain comments you made earlier of this is how it is. This is how what happens. This is, when you're referring to Gaia, right? Okay, Stina has never worked for Gaia. Stina is not on the lecture circuit. Stina is not in that world where Emery Smith, David Wilcock, Corey Good, and Gaia and Conscious Life Expo and all that. She's not in that world. She's not in that circle. So she wouldn't know about certain things. Nobody would. Unless you're in that fucking circle. Yet, in your attitude and tone of voice, you're making it seem like she is in that circle. She's not. She's not in that circle. She's never spoken at a Conscious Life Expo or at a Contact in the Desert. She's never been on Gaia. So, with you having that attitude that you had, where, like, she's supposed to fucking know that this is how it works because blah blah. How is she supposed to know? Because when it comes to a lot of these circles, secrecy is tight. Anyway.
Yeah, that was another con. And you're well aware of it, so you know how all this works.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Again, you said that a few times as well. You know how all this works, or you should know how all this. How the fuck is she supposed to know how all of that works? How? Okay, yes, she was a follower of of Corey Good and whatever, but again, unless Stina was part of the inner circle, where everything that's being run, she's not gonna know how it is run. Like, I call myself an outsider on everything because that is how I prefer to be. And I choose to do things so that I can try to get the bigger picture. But there's a lot of things that I don't see from that point of view because it's being blocked by a curtain. Okay, Stina, she was, she may have had a backstage pass, like she may have been in the crowd, right, and from the front row seats watching the concert. She may have been part of the fan club. She may have had some VIP, backstage passes to meet, to even meet the performers. But she was not part of the inner circle where the day-to-day shit, the secret meetings and whatever was done. So your whole attitude on this is just stupid.
Wrong. As much as I would love to hear somebody prove to me that David did do this PayPal scam, like I assumed, I can't in good faith just cherry pick the things I believe and I don't believe. There may be some truth to this, there may not be some truth to this. I have no idea.
If it weren't true, David could sue me as well, right? Old ground, honey, old ground.
But I suggest that you actually sit down, really listen to John.
All right, so You keep saying that. You keep repeating that. If it wasn't true, David, I can be sued for defamation of character, blah blah, or whatever. Okay, that is true. That if it was not true, like you said, if it wasn't you like you said now, if it wasn't true, I could be sued, right? And you said it. If it wasn't true, I could be liable. If it wasn't true, blah blah blah. Okay, yes, that is true. That if it wasn't true, yeah, it is true. Have you ever considered that you are not worth it? Seriously. Seriously. Have you ever considered that you're just not worth the fight? You're not worth the hassle. That the money, because that the money that they could make off of you from suing you is not worth anything because of the fact that they make more money from what it is that they do. Could it be that you're just a nobody to them and they don't give a fuck about what you say?
Story and think about this. I mean, there's so many red flags. He talks about Emery as a drug dealer.
And he was. He sold illegal psilocybin here in Boulder. Slept with this drug dealer. Cheated on my daughter again. And I brought it to the attention of his probation officer and Boulder Police and the Boulder Task Force. Detective Wittenberg. Yeah. Oh, I doxed him. Oh my God. No, just the facts, just the truth. And if none of it were true, again, defamation of character.
But then in the next breath says that he and his son tried the drugs that Emery had sold and how they were garbage. Why are you doing shrooms with your kids?
Well, I wasn't doing shrooms with my kids, number one. That's another poor assumption and leads me to believe that your little bitch hunt here has an agenda. You prove it over and over and over.
So you just called her a bitch. Let me hear that again.
And I brought it to the attention of his probation officer and Boulder Police and the Boulder Task Force. On honey, old ground.
But I suggest that you actually sit down, really listen to John's story, and think about this. I mean, there's so many red flags. He talks about Emery as a drug dealer.
And he was. He sold illegal psilocybin here in Boulder. Slept with this drug dealer. Cheated on my daughter again.
Okay.
And I brought it to the attention of his probation officer and Boulder Police and the Boulder Task Force. Detective Wittenberg. Yeah. Oh, I doxed him. Oh my God. No, just the facts, just the truth. And if none of it were true, again, defamation.
No idea.
If it weren't true, David could sue me as well, right? Illegal psilocybin here in Boulder.
I'm just gonna listen to that again. I want to make sure. Okay.
Slept with this drug dealer. Cheated on my daughter again. And I brought it to the attention of his probation officer and Boulder Police and the Boulder Task Force. Detective Wittenberg. Yeah. Oh, I doxed him. Oh my God. No, just the facts, just the truth. And if none of it were true, again, defamation of character.
But then in the next breath.
Okay, so I will say this. The defamation of character thing, okay, the doxing thing, okay? As I understand it, it is where you release private information about an individual, right? Now, I could be wrong. Again, CW, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay? Feel free. But as I understand it by the definition, is that it is where you make you publicize information about a private individual, not a public figure or whatever. So in this case, you released the name of a private individual who I guess was the probation officer of Emery Smith, blah blah blah. So I guess that is doxing. Now we would have to get an attorney to give us an actual full legal definition or the full meaning about what doxing is. So if Stina says doxing is this, another person says that doesn't concern me. You're saying that what you did wasn't doxing. She said what you did is, well, how about this? Get an attorney. Instead of poking fun at her for saying that you doxed somebody, why didn't you get an attorney and on the video be like, okay, this is what doxing is? Anyway, on to the show.
Russ says that he and his son tried the drugs that Emery had sold and how they were garbage. Why are you doing shrooms with your kids?
Well, I wasn't doing shrooms with my kids, number one. That's another poor assumption and leads me to believe that your little bitch hunt here has an agenda. You prove it over and over and over.
Yes, I was correct. You called her a bitch. By saying that she's on a bitch hunt, you're calling her a bitch. Ooh, how dare you? And that's my assumption because you're already, again, you're upset that she did not contact you. You're upset that she did not invite you onto her channel, or she did not come onto your channel, or whatever it was. Because this is the only video you responded to.
Over again. I did them on my own probably a week or two later after my son tried them and said they were garbage, because I have a very high tolerance to psychedelics, and I was...
So, but, and back to just to this drug thing, okay? Again, everything is based on your videos in the way that you set things on your videos. So if you said certain things on your videos that make it sound like you were doing drugs with your kids, that's the way it sounds. That's the way it comes out. But that's not her fault. That is your fault, sir. That is your fault, because the way that you phrase something, or the way however you said it in your video, that's the way it sounded like.
Tap. And I took a gram of them, and they were shit. Not so much as a giggle or a smile. Yeah. So no, I don't take drugs with my son.
There's plenty of fathers listening to this right now. If your daughter was getting black eyes from her boyfriend, would you be doing drugs with him? Would you be bringing your other kid around him? Would you be going to ufology parties with them?
I never went to ufology parties with him. I went to Contact in the Desert because it was in south of us in Palm Springs when we lived there. And yeah, it was a circus. It was actually quite funny to watch Dolan be past the Atacama being, which I detailed as well. But no, I wanted nothing to do with most of these asshats, because they're all frauds. They're all dramatists, frauds, carnies, and yeah, I didn't do...
It was fun. It's funny because you're calling them asshats. Now, you just mentioned Dolan being a contact in the desert, and that you did not want to be a part of these asshats because they are frauds. So are you calling, and I'm going to ask, instead of assuming that whatever, are you calling Richard Dolan a fraud? When in the previous videos, you praised him for his research, you praised him for, actually doing a good job at what he does? That's interesting.
Drugs with Emery. Nor do I drink with him.
Hanging out with other public figures, watching their dogs. I just can't, please, make this make sense to me. And
Okay, let me make it make sense to you one more time. relationship, husband and wife, madly in love, young girl, completely manipulated, brainwashed by this asshat. And it's about that simple.
So, why didn't you fucking do something before? Why didn't you do something before? Again, any normal father, as soon as they found out that some guy was a predator and grooming, okay? Because, you know, and going back to what I said earlier, I have to correct myself, and I'm correcting myself, is you say that you did not say that he groomed your daughter. You did not use those words. If anything, on my other channel, I made when I commented on that video, I was the first one and only one to make that claim on your video. You said some words in there, replying to my comment. If anything, I was the first one to say that Emery Smith did groom your daughter. Okay. Now you said that you did not use those words. You said that you did not say that. No, you did not use those words. But in the way that you phrased everything, the way that you said that's what you said, and the way that you said it, that's what you said. And then in her response in her video, and just earlier on in this video, when she says, and that you made the claim that when you made the claim that that he does this, you said because he is, you made the claim that he groomed your daughter because he did, blah blah blah. So again, what the fuck?
That's a powerful drug, love.
But the question is again, since in this video you agree with Stina in saying that he groomed her, and you said because he did, that he groomed Olivia, and you said in this video because he did, so that's you saying that Emery Smith did groom your daughter. Again, why didn't the fuck you do something when you found out? And don't give me the excuses of that, she was young and in love and whatever, because any normal father would have some reaction to it of, let me beat the fuck out of this guy.
Deceit and being lied to and wanting to believe, and then watching your husband fall apart due to substance abuse and alcoholism and wanting to try and help him and save him. Yeah, I get all that. But I was always there encouraging her to leave it, that it wouldn't end well.
But why did it begin in the first place? Again, with any normal father, guess what? That relationship would have never happened. With a normal father, that relationship would have never happened, and you would have never had to have been on your daughter to be like, no, leave him. It's not going to end well, blah, 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 all of that.
And one day when she comes forward, she'll tell you that, if she can find the courage to do so. And I hope she does. But you've made a lot of assumptions here that, frankly, continue to lead me to believe you had an agenda before you ever sat down and cut this.
The one thing that really drives it home for me is not just what he says, but what he doesn't say. If you really, truly thought your daughter was being groomed and abused by someone since she was underage.
Okay, again, didn't know this was going on. I stated I didn't know he was doing this until years later. Not 3 years later, years later. Years later, when my daughter told me this had gone down. So, again, more assumptions with no basis in reality.
Okay, but I asked the question again. Even when you found out, why didn't you do something about it? Even if it was many years later, doesn't matter if it was 3, 4, 5, could have been 20 years. Why didn't you do something? Why, It sounds like to me you didn't confront him at all. Again, and this is by the way you say things, by the way that you presented yourself and in the videos. It's not. It's not about in a. You know. It's not. It's not a. It's not an assumption of. You said something. It's not an assumption where you gave clear details, but we, we went the other way. It is an assumption of this is what you said. This is how you said it. This is what it sounds like to us. Again, she's not the she's not the only one that that did this, because like I said, I did 3 fucking videos on this topic. Yet you choose to attack her.
You've been trying to get her to leave him since 2016. You would have gone to the police then. You would be doing all that you
Yeah, I did.
could.
Okay, so then where's the evidence? Did you file a report? Because even if she was over the age of 18, even if Olivia was over the age of 18, and you went to the police, were you able to file a report? They, I don't know all the rules and all that about, things with the police or all that. I don't. But did you make a call? Did you file a report? If you couldn't, did you go? If you went to if I said, like I said in another video, and my third one, I believe, if you went to the police station, you told them the situation, and they said they can't do nothing because she's 18, aren't there laws against grooming? I don't know. I gotta look that up. But if you couldn't file a report, like you said, like you went in person, or did you call the police? And if you call the police, are there phone records on that you can prove that you called the police when you finally found out?
To make him pay, to make him get behind bars where he belongs, where he couldn't do this to another woman. All I hear John saying is that he wants Gaia to do the right thing.
No, that's not what I said. I hope Gaia releases him as a host of Cosmic Disclosure.
Number one, she did not say you did say that. She did not say that you said those words exactly. She did not. All she said was, is that by the way you're doing things, by the way you're saying everything, that's what it sounds like to her that you're saying.
I hope they actually make better choices in terms of the people they put on their stage. David Wilcock, Corey Good, Emery Smith, Captain Randy Kramer. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, I don't want Guy to do a damn thing other than that. Live their obligation. Be the change they should be. Beyond that, I don't want a damn thing from them.
He wants Gaia to fire him. He wants Conscious Vitality to pull his episodes.
No, I didn't want Conscious Vitality to pull his episodes. I never so much as asked for that. I was grateful for them doing so without even being asked.
So again, it's not that you said that. It's the fact that the way you're saying certain things, the way you've reacted and talking about certain things and whatever, that's what it sounds like you're saying. People can reasonably, when people actually do see the video, your videos, and the way you're speaking and the way you're sounding like, it is a reasonable assumption that is what people will think that you mean or say or whatever, because again, there's no details behind. There's no details. And even when you said that you went over some, you actually didn't. Alright, y'all, look, I'm not going to stay on this video and call him out word for word or anything like that. I don't have the time. I don't have the time. But the fact is that he picked on Stina Bobina. Okay, how many other videos were out there? No, he decided to pick on Stina. again, he said it many times himself. Why didn't she call him, or why didn't she email him, or blah blah blah? It seems like to me, and again, this is an assumption based on your words and the way you said something, and the fact that you don't like what Stina did, and she didn't say it the way you want. It seems to me that with all of that, because she did not contact you, and she made this video and didn't go out there kissing your ass or whatever, you're pissed off, and that's why you picked on Stina Bobina. All I gotta say, man, is you're pathetic. That's it. You're pathetic. The lowest of the low. You're pathetic. Now, do I give a fuck about what you think about me? No. I don't give a shit. Just like I'm sure you don't care of what I think. But you're pathetic. That's simple. Alright, y'all. You know what? I'm going to say it like this. And even though I think you're pathetic, you're still a human being. You admit yourself that you make your mistakes. And in my opinion, this is one of your mistakes. I still care about you as a human being, and I hope that you can remedy your mistakes that you've made. But anyways, this video is going kind of long, so let me end this right here. And as always, my name is Sway. I love you all. Peace.
It's just my opinion.